We begin with Tiger head football coach Dale Hooper, who joins us. So we appreciate you been coming by as much as you had over the last couple of weeks, but it's been a pretty fun week, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. It's been a really good week. Good week of practice, and it's nice to see what how hard our kids have been working this week.
Yeah, I tell you what, and I think that probably the most exciting thing of the week was of course Midnight Madness and the
yes.
I just thought the success of it. I was out there and all the people that showed up to watch the kids practice at midnight.
And that's something I was really impressed with too. And now I just want to thank all the people that showed up. We had our cheerleaders there, and we had a lot of people there. And it was nice to see at midnight on a weeknight how many people came out to watch and to support our kids and what our players are doing. And I thought it was a great success. I really do. I think we got a lot of work done, and our kids got to compete first day in pads. It was really nice. It was really nice. We ran out for 120 plays. It was a full night. That's for sure.
Yeah, there was definitely, and I thought the energy, for midnight, you always kind of wonder what the energy is going to be like. I thought the kids certainly were excited on the field, and we're ready to be playing out there.
Yes, coming out of they couldn't wait because I told them they weren't allowed out until the midnight because that's the rules. So I said, you guys can't there. So they were barking, ready to get out, and when they came out of them doors, you could just feel the atmosphere change, I just can't wait for when we get going into the season. It's going to be exciting.
Overall, how'd you like the first week of practice?
You know what? It's been a good week. It's been a hard week for the kids. But I think that's two-a-days. I think two-a-days should be hard, and so we've been doing our conditioning in the morning, and our conditioning isn't easy, that's for sure. We work them pretty hard. We run them pretty hard, and then in the afternoons we've been going full blast at it. And now that we're in pads, it's the same way. We're full blast into our practice and into our hitting and our scheme. And it's nice to see which kids have stepped up when the pads came on, and it's been a pleasant surprise.
What would I guess I'd say? What do you want, or have you seen what you wanted to see from the first week of practice? Are you, in terms of the way the kids are working and maybe latching on to the things they need to learn?
Right. I think. Right now, I'm really happy with how far we are. The coach staff and I, we talk all the time, and I definitely think we're heading in the right direction, and we're staying on track of what we need to get accomplished. And we've pretty much got our entire offense and entire defense already installed, and it's only been in the first week of practice, and so that's pretty exciting. And now we just got to work on the finer details of practice, and then obviously our spread offense is a whole new world to these kids. Our defense with retaining Coach Harmel, our defense is running the same system, and those kids know that system real well. Offensively, it's a whole new system to them, and like today, for instance, we're going to be in there breaking down film with the kids' offensive personnel, and they'll get the idea of what I look at and why I'm trying to call what I call, so when they get to the point where they know why it's called and what we're trying to accomplish, it's going to be great. And we're so young, we sophomore quarterback, a freshman quarterback, and all three of them guys are doing really, really good. And we're only going to get better, and it's exciting. Matsky, I can't say enough. That kid's a machine. He's pretty darn impressive. I'll tell you that much. I think everyone we play will know Matsky. That's for sure.
Yeah, John's got a level of intensity that I think is just a little bit different than the normal person. Would you say that?
Absolutely. He'll run downhill and he'll get there quick. Yeah, he don't mess around about it. I think he was surprised how much, coming in here, he was probably panicking. Oh my gosh, we're running a spread. I won't ever get to carry the ball, blah, blah, blah. But I think he's realizing, oh man, I'm going to carry the ball a lot. And now he's, finding out I need to get a lot better shape. And that says a lot because we've been working hard. But like I said, we got a program and we're set to peak, and hopefully we'll be peaking by our district time. And
it's also going to be important for your running backs to be able to catch the football too, right? I mean, that's
Yes, absolutely. And we had a couple kids that turned ankles and stuff, so we had to move some people around, and that's practice. It would have happened any time. It wasn't because we had midnight mass, we had ankles. But what was good about it, we got to rotate some kids around the offensive line, and then we got to work on different centers and our receivers. And the next thing with our receivers, they got to understand how to get open. It's crucial in the spread offense of how you got to get open. Just because you're open doesn't mean the quarterback can get you the ball right then. And I think once our kids start realizing that when they got to be open, it'll change. And but by no means was I disappointed. Midnight Madness, I think, was a huge success, and I think our kids, when they were walking off that field, as my boss told me, and which was great to see Mr. Johnson staying up that late to watch our practice. He liked to see all the kids smiling. And I agree, because our kids love to practice, they love football, and I think they're really bought into what we're doing.
Well, I think, a lot of people are curious about the quarterback situation. I'm just curious, do you have a timeline in your head for when you want to make a decision in terms of who's going to be the starter?
Right. Well, the kids it's kind of going through them. I ain't going to say it's finalized, because it's really not until after the scrimmage. Obviously Isaiah's taking most of the snaps right now. And then Kyle will be taking the next snaps, and Julian. But it's up for grabs. Every kid can fight every day. When they're learning the system right now, and there's lots of little details they still got to learn, and they are going to learn. When they get to the point where they're sure of themselves, when I call the play, and it's fast, and that's the difference. It's not like they can call, we're going to run a pitch right or a pitch whatever. They don't have to really do a lot of thinking on that. It's kind of easy. But in the spread, I don't care what the play is. There's multiple facets of it, and they've got to come out and. Every play, if it's a run, they still have two different options on that run. And when they get that confidence in them, who knows, it might switch around there. I was really impressed with all our quarterbacks. I really am. Julian, he's coming from Santa Teresa, and this is a new system to him too, And my son Kyle, he's only a freshman, and so it's a big system to him. And I thought they all played really well. I thought Julian played well. I thought my son Kyle played really well. And Isaiah, he brings a physicalness to him, and I tell you right, I was really impressed how hard Isaiah can run the ball, and it's exciting, and I don't know, I'm really excited to see when they start seeing what I see on the field. We're going to be able to put a lot of points on the board.
Yeah, and, I agree, and I think each one of them has little bits that maybe make them unique from each other, that maybe a little bit different arm strength, better at reading on the read option, right, and things like that. They all bring something different to the table.
They do, and you know what, our team knows to I think exactly what you said. Isaiah, I think he can run a ball, and he's a pretty good passer too. Yeah. Kyle's probably faster at reading. Julian has a cannon. Oh my gosh, that kid can throw a ball. I don't know why he's not chucking the javelin in track, because he has a cannon. But they all have that different thing. It's just trying to get them all to do the same thing all the time, and that's what happens when you have young quarterbacks. But it's great to have a running back like Matsky to take some of that pressure off our quarterbacks. That's for sure. Yeah.
Let's switch over to defense a little bit. Yeah. First week of practice so far. There's some guys that maybe have jumped out at you that you've been impressed with, and maybe Coach Jaramillo's been impressed with so far.
Right. I was really. I'm gonna tell you right now. Our Winrow and Edwards at safety position, unbelievable. I can't say enough about them. Them two kids, they're just players, and both are our corner everywhere. Alfonso, he played unbelievable. Our linebacker Oscar, yeah. My gosh, is he from our first days from going 11s, going against each other, just touch football and stuff, to see him scrape and hit holes. To what he's doing right now, if he keeps improving like he is right now, every day it seems like that kid gets better. It's amazing to me. He's got the build of a linebacker. That kid will knock your head off. I'm really, there's so many of them kids defensively I'm really impressed with. D-line, we have Comer. He stepped in and had to play D-end, and he's been an offensive personnel, and he's doing a great job. Coach Fambro's doing a great job with him. My son William, I think, played really good. He had the other defensive end spot. He causes a lot of darn problems, and sometimes I just want to leave him at home. But he really plays hard, and I think that's.
Yeah, there are a lot of there are a lot of guys working hard, absolutely. So
Moses, I just go on and on about him. It's amazing, and we're kind of deep on defense too.
Yeah, so. That's a positive, especially with we talk about ankles turning and stuff like that for another guy to be able to step in there and play hard. This is leading towards obviously the first time you guys get to see another team out there is a scrimmage. A little bit of a change. That the date is not going to be the same.
Yes,
it will
we
be
know
Clovis.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, Clovis. The Clovis scrimmage, the date might be able to stay the same. You know, our athletic directors are working on that. I'll find out as soon as I know. I'll let everyone know. I just know that we can't scrimmage at the date and time that it's at location because Roswell happened to plan their scrimmage at the same time, and so that's just the way it goes. But you know, it might be a Friday, it might be that Friday, or it might be that Thursday at Nimi. We're not sure. I love my boss handle that, Mr. Johnson, and what a great job he does. And so we'll just figure that out, and we're gonna go down there and play, you know. And I can't wait for Clovis because that's gonna be a great test for us, and because Clovis they're gonna be the real deal this year, and I'm really excited to see someone else. That's gonna be nice. You know, we're not gonna prepare. I'll be honest with you. We'll probably prepare for them the last few days of practice going into it because that's not what we're trying to prepare to do. We don't want to go down there and say, oh, we want a scrimmage. Yeah. You know, I want to go down there and compete and show some good things. But we're trying to prepare for Los Lunas. That's for sure.
Yeah, coaches don't want to tip their hands in scrimmages too much. You don't maybe install everything that you put in there.
No,
right?
and especially a first year coach too at a place. You don't. That's the way it is, and I think everyone knows that, and so. We'll see what happens.
All right. Before we get out of here, one more thing we do want to mention. There are some kids that we may see out and about throughout town.
That's right.
Selling some gold cards, right?
Yes. You know what? One of our biggest fundraisers we do as our gold cards for the kids, and it's important for us to get out and our kids to get out and sell them. They're $10 this year, and it has our schedule on it, and we have some great businesses, you know, on our back. I could just go on and on about them all. I'll mention a few. You know, you have Calichi's, you have Hitch and Post, you have Sonic, Arby's, and it just like places like Calichi's, for instance. What a great business, and I can't tell them thanks enough of what they've done. They did a buy one get one free of equal value, and I think that's huge. And a lot of people, you know, it's nice to see our local businesses, and there's a lot on our card to mention. I can't remember them all right now, but I just want to thank all of them businesses for supporting our football program and all the people buying the cards and supporting our football program, and hopefully with the schedule on it, with the exception of the Clovis game scrimmage, they can be out and support our kids.
Yeah, I'd say I want to mention this one more time, and that's one thing I've really enjoyed that you've said. Anybody wants to come out and watch practice anytime, any week.
Absolutely. I encourage it. It's exciting, right? We're already starting to get people. You practice, you'll see cars lining up by the fence and stuff. It's a lot of fun. And I want people to be involved in our program. I think the more they find out and look how hard our kids work, whatever kid is, they don't even have to have kids on our team, but they see them kids and then they have a connection with their kids. They want to see them be successful on the field. And that's what I want. I want our community to love our football program and love what our coaches are doing with our football program, and hopefully we'll make them proud.
All right, Coach. We really appreciate you stopping by again. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon, not too long down the road. And have fun this weekend and enjoy practices coming up next week. We're looking forward to the scrimmage, and of course, Los Lunas coming up on the set. It can't get here quick enough, can it?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's too far away right now, but yes,
it'll be here soon. Coach, appreciate it.